7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, our best bets are our premium picks, which are available at the website. You currently get 14% off through the All-Star break, celebrating my 14 years online. Now, I guess I'm now in my 15th year, right? I've passed my 14th year. I'm in my 15th year. And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of changes over the years in this industry, that's for sure. Not all those have been for the better either, man. I think the legalization of sports betting in the U.S. is the best change I've seen. I think the worst change I've seen is Twitter.
Twitter was pretty active back then, wasn't it? 10 years ago? I don't know, maybe
15 years ago? Not really. It was kind of, it was fairly new, and you didn't see it quite the same way that it is today. It was definitely different. But I think Twitter's a cancer to the sports betting industry. Terrible. Just opens it up, I mean, for our industry, just for the scammers and the scumbags, you know. No accountability and really just, you know, no anything. It's terrible. I mean, you're always going to have, you know, the sleazy element is always going to be out there. But I think that Twitter invites it.
Yep.
Because of the lack of accountability. You know, it's just you're not accountable.
Well, you get what you pay for. If you're willing to send your money to somebody on Twitter that isn't on a site that's verified, or anywhere that's verified, then you get what you pay for. So,
yeah, I think that's sort of the danger of anything. A lot of things on the internet now is you can hide behind a keyboard, make a fake persona. We see it all the time, just not just with Twitter, but yeah, no, Twitter's definitely.
But that's always been part of this industry, you know, ever since the internet has become involved in sports betting. I mean, it's always been part of it, and it's, to me, it's more, you know, just on Twitter, the lack of accountability. You know, It's like, I think also, you know, it's just a different audience there, and it's, you know, it's not our audience for the most part, but you know, I know that. Kind of ours is more of like a serious, real sports betting audience, while the Twitter is kind of like these rah, you know, fake environment. It's weird. And then they're always like, the Twitter people, they always seem to be like, you know, I never get any notoriety. Yeah, because you put zero into it, right? It's like you don't even have your own website, you know, to provide your own stuff. Yet you want, you know, recognition for doing nothing. It's like, I don't get it. Anyways.
That's how the world works. Like,
to me, that's one of the big changes over the last, you know, things, and it'll correct itself. You know, is what the way these things usually shake out. They will correct themselves. But I would say the spread of sports betting across the U.S. has been the best part of it, the best thing.
that's nice to have a reliable book in the U.S. that you know you're going to be able to cash out on.
Yeah,
you know, when
like,
they used to be all overseas, I mean, I got paid most of the time, but you never knew. You had to jump through hoops to do it. So
no, you never know. You absolutely never knew if you're going to get paid by those guys or not. But yeah, it definitely makes things interesting. It's Monday. I'm always cranky on Mondays. Everyone knows that.
I wonder how it'll be 10 years from today. You know, so.
Everyone knows that every Monday I'm always crabby. It pretty much comes with the territory. I like to wake up and vent on Mondays.
Today feels like a Sunday though, because it's a holiday.
Totally feels like a Monday. I don't get a holiday.
Well, it's a bigger card for a Monday than normal, I think. So. Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, Donald Trump actually had nothing to do with the legalization of sports betting, so that comment by Gerald Jones trying to make a political statement in that respect really is incorrect. And while we don't talk politics on our shows, on our sites, or anything to do with it, I will say that statement is while it's a political statement by you, it's not a true statement. And that's once again why we don't talk politics, because it has more to do with opinion. But actually, the legalization of sports betting across the U.S. was a Supreme Court ruling that had nothing to do with Donald Trump. It had to do with the Supreme Court overturning a law that was created, the PASPA. It was repealed. So it wasn't a presidential order. It was a Supreme Court decision, which is independent of the government of the United States. Of course, the Supreme Court justices are appointed by the president, but they're verified. They have to be voted in by Congress as well and the Senate. But the thing is that those are appointed over a course of, over many years. There's no term limit or anything on those. So basically, the Supreme Court has put together of a variety of different presidents have put together what is the current Supreme Court. So, anyways, it has zero to do with that. Okay, so it has nothing to do with anything getting anybody right, and on a day when it's the 4th of July. We should at least get our facts straight when it comes to this sort of stuff. Anyways, I like legal sports betting. I'm all about it. Chris, how's the legal sports betting in Toronto going?
It's nice to have all the options up here. BetMGM. We're starting to see a bunch of other books up here, but it's annoying because one of the way I used to bet, we had our government mandated one up here that I used for certain things. Our pro line up here got completely changed. It's ruined it for me, and it's taken some of the fun out of it for me. But the thing is that they have to use, I think it's like a geo tracker, and I think it's
the way it is everywhere. It's the way it is everywhere.
But the problem is that the geo tracker on my computer doesn't work, so I gotta hope that I have my phone if I want to place a bet, because the location services will always work on there. But it's one of those things where it's just a wrinkle. But the availability of having a bunch of stuff up here is nice.
And there'll be more on the way. Of course, we have offers for those. We have offers for all of that, all the different sports books available. SportsChatPlace.com, Pick Dogs under betting tools. It's one of those things that, if you're going to be doing it anyway, it helps us a ton, and it costs you nothing compared to, anything else you would have done anyway. It's just opening an account. But using our links, it certainly helps us a bundle. It helps bring better offers in the future as well. Anyways, got Major League Baseball going on today. And 14 games on the schedule. Got the Nationals and the Marlins kicking off in about an hour. We've got the Orioles and the Rangers. Then we've got the Tigers and the Guardians, game 1 of a doubleheader. Chris, what do you think of these three?
I like the Miami Marlins in this one. I mean, maybe the line's trying to throw us off a little bit, but I'm not taking a coin flip price with Patrick Corbin. I think Miami Marlins are just the better team here, and I like Braxton Garrett. Hasn't always had his best stuff, but it's been more often than what we've seen from Patrick Corbin. So give me the Marlins in that one, and I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Orioles there. I just think that the Orioles also a solid team, so they're playing some solid baseball, and I like the direction they're headed as well. So give me the Orioles.
Just seems that if you put Kramer with John Means, then all of a sudden you're starting to get the building blocks of a solid rotation. Brian?
Plus, I think the Baltimore might have one of the top starting pitching prospects in AAA, so they could have something coming around the corner. In this grouping of games here, I'm going to start off with the Detroit Tigers on the money line. We got a 26th round draft pick, Garrett Hill, going today. This year he's 4-2, 3.23 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP, but over his career in the minor leagues, 21-13, 2.70 ERA and a WHIP of 1.10. So not too bad numbers. I know Plesac has been strong over his last 5 or so starts, but I'm going to take a chance here with the Tigers at home. And then the Nationals, I was a Patrick Corbin fader, and I'm probably still going to be, but I think today I'm going to do a small play on Washington. He's off an 8 innings performance where he looked better, So I'm just going to lean to the Nationals here to give me some early action, just to lean.
The strongest trend on the board today is in that Tigers Guardians game 1, where the Tigers have been absolutely hideous against their division, against the American League Central, and the Guardians have been absolutely dominant in their division against the American League Central, creating the largest, really, when you look at the trends, the biggest, if you would say the risk reward, all those different things. Guardians is one of the strongest bets on the board today in the first game. Of that, 6 in a row versus the division. The Tigers haven't even so much as covered the run line as dogs against the division, and 7 in a row. They've been getting absolutely demolished against the American League Central, which, the Tigers, they have this patchwork pitching staff like Brian was alluding to there, and the issues when you have these 20th rounders like Brisky and these 27th rounders like you're going today, it just means that Casey Mize and Manning still aren't there. And in order for the Tigers to be the Tigers that we saw last season, you need to have your number 1 and your number 2 pitcher, because now your number 3 is your number 1, and you got some 27th rounder pitching here against the team that mows down your division. So you've got some serious issues here, and I think the run line in this Guardians game, like I said, one of the strongest plays on the entire board today. Anyways, we move on. Got the Red Sox taking on the Rays. I agree with Brian and Chris on the Orioles, though. I think that with Kramer going today, he's way underrated. He's a guy that if he's on the Dodgers, he's minus 290 today. It's tremendous value. I don't think he's given up a run in like 3 or 4 starts. He's got the horrible haircut, but certainly working for him. He's got, it's like that Strom haircut, from the Red Sox has it. It's kind of like
mojo. Yeah,
there's a few like leftover guys from old styles, from like fading styles. So like Hader kind of brought that, and DeGrom used to have the long hair, and Syndergaard had the long hair, right? They both had it. DeGrom had it too. DeGrom had the seriously long hair. And, everyone that kind of went out of style, kind of like the big beards, right? There's like Charlie Blackmon, who's like the hangover from the Duck Dynasty era, right? But the big beards have kind of gone out, right? And it's like, you don't see, there's a few holdovers, and like Blackmon, who actually wears it well, right? And it's like, a guy like, I always get the guy who I always get Lindor confused with Odor. Rougned Odor, right? He looks like last season when he was on the Yankees, they don't allow the facial hair, so he had to shave it. It was like, who is this guy? Right now, he's got it back again.
Are you old enough to play baseball?
Yeah, it's like he shaves the beard. It's like, I don't know who this guy is, right? It's like they say the name, and it's like, this is not the same guy.
And then you got Dylan Cease bringing back the Tom Selleck mustache. That is quality facial hair at its finest.
Anyways, we've got the Rays and the Red Sox. We've got the Astros and the Royals. Justin Verlander scratched by the Astros in that one. And we've got the Brewers and the Cubs. The Brewers overstreak ending yesterday, but I don't know. This one to me sets up it could start a whole new overstreak here for the Brewers. Chris, what do you think of these?
I do think it will start a new overstreak today. I like the over 9 in that Cubs Brewers game. Justin Steele, he has been one of the, I'd say, better options for the Cubs this year. There haven't been many, but the problem is you take Steele out on the road. He's got an ERA up over 7 this year, and we know how well the Brewers can swing the bat. We've seen it over the last week and a half. But Eric Lauer is no prize himself, and I think the Cubs are capable of getting a couple off of him here. I think this is just a game that hits double digits fairly easily, so I like the over 9 there. And I like the over 9 between the Royals and Astros. I'm not a Jake Odorizzi fan, even though he's at home. I want to see how he does in his first start back, but I think the Royals are going to welcome him back with a bit of a tough outing. Even if he gives up 3, maybe even 4 runs, be more than enough because I think the Astros are going to keep up the hot bats and get to Jonathan Heasley a fair bit here. So I like the over 9 in that one.
Brian?
Yeah, I agree with you guys on the over 9 in the Cubs and Brewers. I think we get a new over streak started today. 2 pitchers that easily could get close to that total just by themselves. Cubs are playing better baseball. I'm going to lean to Chicago Cubs on the money line. Just to lean. They're 6-4 last 10. Lost yesterday in 11 to the Red Sox. I know the Brewers, I think they were 7-3 last 10. I think the Cubs can keep it close, maybe steal it late. I'm going to take the Royals plus 1.5, just a very small lean. Heasley's been blowing up last 2 starts, hit hard. Jake Odorizzi, first start back from injury, looked good in his rehab performances. But I think there's just going to be a ton of action on the Astros. I'll just take the other side light.
I don't love the Astros today. I didn't love them yesterday, and they came through in the 9th inning, got the 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to bail out the Squares, who had to take the run line there because of the ridiculous odds on the game. I was on the Astros early this season and often, but it's just tough for me to support them as much at the prices. I'm not saying I think they're the best team in baseball, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm willing to lay these kind of odds with Jake Odorizzi. It just means that it has to be no plays for me, unfortunately. I like the Rays against the Red Sox. The Red Sox are actually the top team in the wild card in the American League. I don't know, kind of doing it with smoke and mirrors. I've seen the Rays go in there and bust them up so many times. I don't know. Don't love it. And then the thing is, I'd love to lay some big money here on the Brewers on the run line, but I don't trust Eric Lauer as far as I could throw him either. So I think they're going to see a lot of runs in that game. Normally what you see in Milwaukee is a ton of Cubs fans there because it is so close geographically to Chicago. So you see a lot of Cubs fans head over to Milwaukee for the Cubs-Brewers games, and you'll probably see a lot in this one for an afternoon game there at Miller Park. Chris, what are you selling today?
Well, for me, I got my $15 pick-off play, and I also have a bunch of plays. I'm trying to put together a 3-pack for long-term subscribers. We had a great day yesterday, trying to build on it to start the week, and start the week with a bang and honor 4th of July. So let's get some money today at Pick Dogs Premium.
Brian, what do you got?
2-1 yesterday. Cashed the big play. Got my $15 titanium play. My best bet, 8-4 last 12. So make sure you check that out. Or my Monday Night Money Shot 3-pack, and includes that $15 play. All 3 best bets for $50.
I have my $15 big play. I have a lot of other plays that I have premium picks on. I just haven't put them together in a package. Most of those are in early games. So if you want it, just grab my 3-day. It's cheaper than buying a package and a half or something, from me anyway. So grab that or my weekly. You'll get 4 or 5 plays today. Got the Diamondbacks and the Giants. Got the Reds and the Mets. Interesting one there. And the Padres and the Mariners. Which, the odd thing about the Padres-Mariners is that, there's all these baseball regional rivalries that play each other every year, right? The Angels and the Dodgers, the A's and the Giants, the Yankees and the Mets, the Cubs and the White Sox, right? There's all these ones. the Padres and the Mariners are one of those series that baseball just like, here's two bastard teams that have no real, regional rival or anything to put them against. And these are the ones that play against each other every year from the National and American League are the Padres and the Mariners. They're kind of just like, these are the, they have no other team, that's kind of like, that naturally fits the Orioles and the Nationals, right? I mean, it's just there's a lot of these different ones that go. I think it's the Phillies and the Blue Jays, right? Is what they do too.
Yep.
I think that's Blue Jays, right. Yeah. Phillies Blue Jays is one of them, and it's just an odd thing, right? It's just an odd one. Royals and Cardinals, it's like there's these series that are played every year, but this is one of those. This is San Diego, Seattle, Sean Manoa and Chris Flexen. Brian, what do you think of these three gems?
This is a tough group in here, but I think the best bet, and I normally don't like to lay runs and odds, but the Giants at -105, -1.5 for Rodon. He's had a few bad outings, but overall he's been spectacular. 2.62 ERA on 1.09 WHIP. Giants have lost 4 straight games. I think they bounced back today against the Diamondbacks. And then I'm just going to lean towards the Seattle Mariners +1.5. Chris Flexen, definitely not the best pitcher in baseball, but he can give the Mariners 6 innings, maybe give up 3 runs. I think they can hang with Manoa. Padres off the Dodgers series. I'll take the Mariners +1.5. I think low number of runs scored here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the under 8 in that Giants Diamondbacks matchup. Carlos Rodon has been impressive over his last 6 starts, 2 earned runs or less. Just 2 earned runs allowed in his last 4 starts, spanning 25 innings of work. And Madison Bumgarner, he's had his ups and downs as well, but he pitches better at home with a sub-3 ERA. I just haven't been impressed with the Giants' offense lately, so I look for this one to be a low-scoring game and finish under 8. I like the New York Mets. I don't trust Hunter Green. Homer away, he can't keep the ball in the park. He's given up 20 home runs already this season, and I think the Mets, they're not a hard-hitting team, but I think they could be tonight. I think the Mets find a way to get the job done behind Taijuan Walker, who's pitched really well. And I'm going to go with the over 8 between the Padres and the Mariners. These are just 2 of the weaker links of their respective rotations. Chris Flexen struggled on the road, and Sean Manoa just, for me, really hasn't been anything special this year. So I look for the offense to wake up and play here, over 8, Padres-Mariners.
I'm going to stay the hell away from that Giants-Diamondbacks game. I mean, I understand where Brian's coming with the run line with the Giants 2-8 in their last 10, but the thing is that the reason why they're 2-8 is they can't even score the 2 runs to cover the run line. It's like that's been the problem for them. And Madison Bumgarner, when you look at his splits at home, he's a way better pitcher than he is on the road. He's had some tough luck there where he's had some no decisions in games that you would normally win. So it's just, for me, it's like the Giants, the much better team with the Diamondbacks so lousy against the West. It's a good place to maybe go, I don't know, go out to the grill and see what's happening out there today. Got the Reds and the Mets. It's like, yuck. It's like, I would love to find a way to take the Reds here against the Mets because we know the Mets collapse is coming, right? It's like, it's coming. It's Buck Showalter, right? So we know this guy creates ways to lose. He's got Max Scherzer coming back tomorrow. So epic collapse, right, is the only way we know. This is the only way this guy, it's the only thing Buck Showalter knows, right, is epic collapse and losing. And, to get it.
I don't think they could collapse with those 2 starting pitchers, even with bad managing with Scherzer and DeGrom.
They sure as hell can. Jacob DeGrom had a losing record with a 1.4 ERA. Believe me, they're more than capable of losing plenty of games. And Buck Showalter's just the guy to get him there. I don't know. I think yesterday we saw a lot of no-hitters carried late into games. And I think that this could be one of those spots, too, in Cincinnati. And I think it's probably decided late once again. I don't know, Chris Flexen and Sean Manoa. Could care less. Got Detroit against Cleveland, Game 2. We got Johnny Cueto against Dylan Bundy at in Chicago, where the White Sox remarkably really good on the road this season and horrible at home, which has been like the opposite of what they've been the last 15 years. And then you've got Kyle Wright and Dakota Hudson, the Braves and the Cardinals, who seem to play each other in the postseason an awful lot. I got to say, I love my White Sox, but I'm way nervous about this one because the Twins have really dominated them. And it's like this has been the team that's been kind of the thorn in their side, and their home play has been so bad that it just scares me a little bit. And it's like I would have loved to take first ballot Hall of Famer Johnny Cueto. I mean, he's my guy. But the White Sox 0-6 is home favorites on the run line. They're also giving up the Yerfie, 4 times in a row against the division. The Twins 4 in a row as dogs against the White Sox. Yuck. Yuck, and yuck. It's like, I'll tell you what, though, of all the stadiums tonight, that are going to have the good fireworks, my guess is the best ones are going to be in Chicago because the White Sox, they do it right, man. That's one thing. They absolutely, like anything that's above and beyond the actual game on the field, the White Sox do it better than anybody. Everybody else, kind of like we're the guys everyone copied for free picks. We're the guys that everyone copies on YouTube now. The White Sox are the team that everybody copies. The whole idea of promotions, the whole idea of like baseball promotions, like anything you've ever gotten at the ballpark, in addition to being able to watch the game, anything you've ever gotten for free at the ballpark is just a byproduct of what the Chicago White Sox have brought to baseball. Like any bobbleheads they've given away, any fireworks, any bands that they play afterwards, anything like that, all a byproduct of Bill Veeck and the Chicago White Sox. Ruflo, Disco Demolition Night for you. What do you think? How about my favorite? My favorite was 5-cent beer night. One of the worst ideas in the history of it. It's like, Lord. Oh man, it's like what you don't want to have is 5-cent beer night and bat night on the same night. That would be the disaster. It's like,
was there a game where it was like 5-cent beer night and everything was getting thrown onto the field or something like that?
Oh no, it was like
that a regular?
It was like almost a riot in the stands.
Oh, jeez.
Disco Demolition Night, the game was canceled on Disco Demolition Night because of the explosion out in the outfield.
There's a place up here that used to do buck of beer pitchers, and it was just all the recycled beer like that was left over. Just like it wasn't even like one beer. It was like just like a mishmash of beers. Oh Lord, I'll never forget all the people that
all the stuff that goes down the drain.
Yeah. Oh. Anyways. Take the over 9 White Sox and Twins. I just think this is a game where the offenses show up. The offense for the White Sox been rolling after that series against the Giants. We'll just have to see if it carries over to going back home. But against Dylan Bundy on the road, it could. Bundy still has an ERA well over 6 on the road this season, and Cueto's struggles have come at home. As much as I like Johnny Cueto, so give me the over 9 there. And I'm going to go with the
first ballot Hall of Famer Johnny Cueto to you.
Sorry, first ballot Hall of Famer. I apologize. We're getting the bus lined up for my background as we speak. But I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves. We're starting to get into that come on now price range with Kyle Wright, but he's lived up to it so far. He's pitched really well. And for me, Dakota Hudson's struggles all year long have been more prevalent on the road than they have been at home. So give me the Braves to bounce back after that loss to the Reds on Sunday.
I think the Cardinals make a move with the starting pitcher very soon. Very soon.
Is it Hudson the odd man out?
They've got 3 guys that can easily exit the rotation right now. Brian?
For me in this time frame, if I could take a Ruflo here, it would be this time frame. But I'm going to pick a play just so I can be a man, step up to the plate here. I'm going to take the St. Louis Cardinals plus 1.5. I don't like Dakota Hudson. I think he's falling apart. But the Cardinals looked so bad yesterday against the Phillies. And on Mondays, they're 36-15 straight up. So I think the Cardinals bounce back and at least keep it within a run here.
Wait a minute. Did Brian just say I'm not a man?
I'm a man up and take. I should have said I'm a man up.
I'm not saying anything. I say nothing. Got the Dodgers against the Rockies. I got panned in the comments yesterday for my pick against the Dodgers on the Padres with what was his name again? The guy that just keeps winning games and everyone hates his guts. Mackenzie
Gore.
Yes. Yeah, I got
So
panned.
you're the
Kershaw's
Dodgers
straight money. Kershaw's just such better thing. It's like, and some guy in the comments posted Kershaw's record. You know? It's like the starting pitcher record means something.
Put Kershaw's face on the $50 bill. He's money.
Kershaw. And then Kohler.
He is a Hall of Famer, though.
Oh, he is a Hall of Famer. No, he's great, but is he a minus 270 pitcher at home against
285 now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Cole Irvin versus Alec Manoa in Oakland. Yeah. I don't know what's going on there. I think the A's are probably going to trade Montas and Caprillion, are my guess. Will be two guys we gone from that.
Nobody wants Caprillion.
Why not?
I think you could get Cole Irvin and put him in the bullpen as a lefty.
There'll be guys after Caprillion. It'll be the Cubs.
Caprillion's not going anywhere. I'll bet you that. Anyway, in this time frame, if it's my turn, I'll take the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5. Kyle Freeland hasn't been bad I think he's had 4 straight strong starts. I don't know if they're quality. And we just saw what the Rockies did with the Dodgers in Colorado. I think they can hang with them, keep within a run. I'll take the Rockies plus 1.5.
And I'll hop on that train as well. I like the Rockies plus 1.5 just because can't make many more points than Brian just made. But Freeland also just took out the Dodgers a week ago, and he's capable of pitching well, especially on the road where he has the better numbers this season. For me, I'm still not sold on Urias. You know, he's still I know he was a 21 game winner last year, but hasn't shown much of it this year. He's had issues with the Rockies this year as well. I think a .353 batting average against in 2 starts. So I'll take the Rockies, who club left-handed pitching this season.
I'll take the reverse run line on the Rockies in this one as well. Rockies hitting lefties 295 clip. No reason they don't bash the Dodgers here. And Alec Manoa and Cole Irvin, yuck. It's like, I don't know. I guess A's or nothing. And that is the way you have to play that. Anyways, any parlays?
Yeah, I'm going to parlay up the KC Royals plus 1.5, Colorado Rockies plus 1.5, and the Seattle Mariners plus 1.5.
We're going to go with the over 9 Cubs Brewers, the under 8 Giants Diamondbacks, and the Colorado Rockies plus 1.5.
I'll go for the Firework Express here. We'll take the Royals, the A's, and the Rockies.
Wow. It's a ballsy parlay.
Well, go for the big explosion here on the 4th of July. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. We'll do the premium and VIP right after this one.